Hey, welcome back. Let's make some drawers. What I have here is kind of a king's ransom in wood. These are the cheapest half-inch plywood sheets I could get at the local home center, or the Borg as we like to call them. Half-inch nominal. Going to make the drawers out of half-inch, obviously, and the bottoms will be 1/4 inch, and they'll be pocket holed together. No fancy joints. An interesting technique I'll show in the video of I learned from another cabinet maker on doing drawers very quickly and very kind of precisely. I don't know, this is my first time trying this, so we'll see. So I'm making drawers for this. This is that cabinet I've been building for all my electrical gear. So I'm going to make the drawers. There's a 2 4s, a 6, a 10, and a 12 in depth. I also use Cutlist Pro, the bottom of the pile, bottom of the range, as they say in cars. I think it's the $89 version of Cutlist Pro. I was using the online Cutlist software that was free, and then it started getting limited, and now it's a subscription service, so screw that. So I went and bought a lifetime copy of Cutlist Pro, and it works out really great. And this is what one of the Cutlist Pro drawing cut sheets looks like. Gives you everything you need to do to cut your work out. It has the saw kerf in there, thickness of the wood, dimensions of the wood, material you're using, and the saw kerf, like I said. So without further ado, let's cue the time lapse. Well, here they are. All the carcass parts for the drawers, fronts, backs, sides. The next step is to cut the dados in here for the drawer bottom and drill the pocket hole screws. And like all plywood, the 1/4 inch plywood for the bottoms is not 1/4 inch. It's 3/16. I have a dial dado, so I can get it pretty snug. So next step is to do the dados and of course and drill the pocket holes, but we've all seen millions of people do that millions of times. I may not even film that. Then we'll go to the assembly, and I'll include the video that I watched that kind of gave me the idea to do the drawers this way in the description below, and you can take a look at it for yourself. She does a drawer in a kitchen cabinet that has a false front like these will have. I mean, these are just going to have the front, and then a false front will attach to it to hide the pocket hole screws, pocket holes. So let me get on to that stuff right now, and then we'll get on to assembly. I must say, I'm really loving this Armor Tool pocket hole jig. This thing is amazing. And the dust collection can't be beat. That's just it. It just can't be beat. Onward. So this is the sides of one of the 4-inch drawers. And I marked where the glide portion that goes on the drawer has to be with relation to what's inside the cabinet. And I have a line marked along there, and it always goes to the edge, just about to the edge of the drawer itself. And then, oops, do this first. I'm going into the holes that have the up and down slots, so that if I need any adjustment, I can make some adjustments. This gets me centered, of course, on the workpiece. If everything's good, I can take them out of these holes and put them into the fixed level holes. So those are ready to go in. You got a right and a left. Right and a left. Go doop doop like so. So let's go put them in the cabinet, see how it looks. You can see I've got the two glides out. I'll place this in here. This is kind of counterintuitive to some. And now I have the drawers cut with of course, the pocket holes on the wrong side. Now, those are, I pre-measured this and all, so it's going to fit. Now, what I would do is go ahead and pocket hole these in place. Yeah, self-closing. So these get pocket holed in place here and here. And I could take them out and do it, or put them in here and do it. But for right now, I'm going to probably take these out and put them in, and then slide in the bottoms, put it all together, and put the drawer back in place. And then on top of this, once this is set in place, there'll be a fascia, a false front to cover it that comes out to the edge banding I've got on here. So let me cut out I have to cut out the bottoms yet. So let's cut out the bottoms and work from there. Well, different day, different t-shirt. I've got all the sides in place. They're all ready to go. I'm just gonna, now I have to do the fronts and the bottoms and put those in place. I'll do one of those on camera, and the rest I'll just do off camera. And then once I get it all put together, we'll do a quick shot of that, and then I'll transfer everything over and put it in place. Later on, I'll put the false drawer fronts on. Just, you know, you got to buy more wood to do that, and that's a lot of wood. Well, it's not a lot of wood, but it's not cheap. So there. Next step, let's take one of these, set of these sides out, and put the front and back on, and the bottom. So now I need to put one of these together. So I have the front and the back, and the bottom of it goes this way. Oops, goes this way. This one goes this way. All right, so I got some little inexpensive corner clamps that might help a little bit in putting this together. So these will hold it, hopefully, rather snugly, so I can get at least one screw in. And then I'll use a clamp to hold them tight. So, and I have a clamp. Oops, rolling off. There we go. So I want to get at least one screw in there, and then move the clamp and get the other one in. And we're still, yep, still aligned. I'm somewhat going to move this a little bit. Okay then. And then get this tighter here. Make sure I got it set the way I want it. Okay. Now we do the other side. Oops. Yep, banging into stuff. There we go. Alrighty then. It's right where I want it. And we'll stick a bottom in. There we go. And then this has to go on here and here. Oops, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Oh, I see what's going on. There we go. It needed to get down a little further. You bang it in place. This here. This one here. All right. Now let's clamp this up to get those first screws in. Okay, and that's in place. Now I just have 5 more to go, and then transfer all the stuff. Here it is, all done. Well, not all done. I have to put the fronts on the drawers and all that, but the drawers are in place. 4, 4, 6, 6, 12, 10, and 12. Self-closing glides, of course. I'm going to temporarily put the handles on. These are the handles I built as a previous video. I'll leave a link to building these handles, which are going to be on all of the drawers that we're going to install along here and wherever they're going to go. And I'll temporarily put these on here so I have, the drawers to pull. Make it nice and neat. Eventually, like I said, I'll put the plywood covers on. So what am I going to put in here? So electricians, electronics electricians, hand tools, maybe some more hand tools. I can put in all my little containers of shrink wrap and fasteners and connectors and whatever in one drawer. And the bottom drawer, the big one, down here, that's going to have all the extraneous big hunks of wire and things like that and whatever. So actually, it's probably got, it's probably got 3-4 times the space of the box that you see in that earlier in this video. Next, and all I got to do now is just put everything in here and put it in place, and I'll just post a picture at the end of this video of what it looks like in place, or a small video at the end of this video what it looks like in place. I have to move some things around to make room for it. But yeah, here it is, ready to go. Time to fill it up. Well, here it is. Handles are in place. They're temporary because, of course, when I put the fronts on, I'll put the handles out to back on again. And I used a jig I got from Amazon really cheaply, real cheap, made in China. Required a little bit of tweaking to make it perfect. And I basically had to put a shim in here, like a 3,000 shim in here to get it so it's all parallel here. But we see what it is. It's one of these jigs for mounting handles to drawer fronts and cabinet fronts, and it's infinitely adjustable, up, down, side to side. Link in the description. So in here I have all my hand tools, things like that, lineman's pliers, wire strippers, whatever. The next drawer has all my test equipment, meters, all the test equipment support gear, things like that. The next drawer has all my tie wraps, zip ties, and some fixtures that I use for patching walls and whatever. The next drawer has all of my containers of connectors and shrink wrap. Next drawer is just basic plugs, fixed things like that, plates, boxes that I use around the house, and a box of secrets. This box of secrets is going to come out of here soon. I'm going to do a video on this. It's a gadget I'm building for the shop. I'll do a breadboard demonstration of it, and when I redo the shop, you'll see what this is all about. That goes back in here, down low. Let's see. There you go. And the lower cabinet, like I said, is all my wire. All my extension cords that I use for other projects. Cords I cut to use plugs, to plug things in. But that's all in the bottom drawer. Fits nicely in between my mechanics rollaway and the CNC machine, where the other one was. So the other one goes up for sale now. I'll put it on Marketplace probably for cheap money. Anyhow, there it is. Cabinet's almost done. Put the fronts on and we're good. But I have a lot more room to store my electrical equipment now. Until next time, make great things out of wood.